Hello and welcome to another edition of
Seriously Donuts podcast.
Yes. Guys, it's so incredible. Really lovely to have you back. We're super excited. Thank you again for all the follows. Please keep liking, sharing, and telling people to follow us on YouTube, Spotty, and Instagram. Instagram folks, you guys are incredible. Thank you for following Bola and Abi. Abby, what's hot this week?
What's hot this week? We like fashion. We always talk about fashion, and
Yes.
something caught my attention, and I just want to hear your thoughts about it and yours as well in the comment section. So it's about the Cannes Film Festival.
Mhm.
I'm not. I'm sure you would have seen it. You're a fashion girl.
Absolutely.
So-
So are you about to talk about the ban on
absolutely.
what you love the most? The big dresses and the dress up.
The naked,
what
a
you love
ban
to hate.
on naked and voluminous dressing.
I welcome it. I welcome it on many grounds because I think some years ago it would have been like jaw dropping to see someone turn up naked, but it's now become the order of the day. People are walking around half naked and it's becoming the norm. And I love the fact that somebody has put down their foot and they're trying to make a difference. It's not normal for grown-ups to want to turn up half naked in some spaces. Let's bring back dignity, let's bring back honor. The only thing I have a problem is, what did the big dress ever do wrong?
No, I think the reason is because it stalls the progress
the
or
flow
the flow
of
of the red carpet. Because
right.
people are these days they're so big that you have like 5 people handling some people's train. So I think it disturbs the flow of the red carpet. So just keep it not simple, but they just don't want the volume, the big cape. Everyone has a cape these days. Everyone
I know,
has it
right?
too.
But the thing is, people are going to find other ways to occupy space. Nobody wants to come on the red
Yeah, looking
carpet,
ordinary.
looking ordinary. These actors, actresses, and all these people that get their red carpet moment, this is their moment to shine. Oftentimes in the industry, people make fun of them that they have like 15 minutes of fame. That 15 minutes of fame, people are always going to look for how to really occupy that space
And get
and
your attention
and
and
get
my
your
attention.
attention and come out of that show and you're still talking about them.
Yes,
So you can take away the dress, you can take away the nakedness, but you guys will have to keep an eye because there will still be drama. I
we like
am
the
sure,
drama. We're
you
here for the
know.
drama. But just don't come naked.
I know, right? And if Kanye West ever has anything to do with it, that something is going to teach us like a master class in how to get people talking about you one way or the other. So yes, let's watch this space. Let's see how people are going to flip it. But I love the whole idea of someone actually taking a stand against
naked.
being naked. And I hope that
Nudity.
every other event takes
I
a
was
cue
going to
from
say
this.
that. Do you think that other award shows will take a cue
I
from
hope
it?
so. I really hope so because it's unfortunate that musicians, I don't know how we manage to normalize it, but I think some things should be normal, but some behaviors are supposed to be for the bedroom, for the privacy. That's why they're called private parts, and that's why they're called, that's why I put clothes on them because you should leave some things to the imagination, but we can't go around the world showing like, oh, look at my bits, and everybody's like, looking there, looking at other people's bits all over the place. It's so distracting, and yeah.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts? Do
What
you
are your
think
thoughts?
they should let people what they want, or do you think it's a good call? Let's hear from you.
Awesome. What is your take on it?
Oh, I'm with you. I love it. I welcome it too. I think too much skin.
I know you would
these
like
days.
that. Take away the voluminous clothes
No,
because
no,
of
I
all the
don't mind.
costuming bits that you spoke about last
No, I
week.
don't. Volume doesn't mean costume.
Volume means costume most of the time. Like, who wears a big dress if you don't mean to take up
It's not
space?
costume all the time, so I don't mind volume if it's
Yeah, when it suits you. When human beings, this is how human beings are. On some occasions, it's good enough. On other occasions, you will frown on it.
X.
Choose your side and
Yeah.
stick with it.
So let's see what people will come up with on this particular
I know that
carpet.
something. Yeah, I'm going to like literally watch this space because
Yes.
people are going to come
And I
up with
think they
something.
sprung it up because it was released a day before. I think it was released yesterday and today. So we'll see. We'll keep
Oh,
you
wow.
guys posted. We'll discuss
How
when we
to
see.
mess up someone's wardrobe
I know.
plans.
We'll discuss and we'll look at what people showed up in.
Or maybe it's personal. Maybe they're like, oh, this person annoyed me last time.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get a whiff of what they're about to wear and we're gonna ban it before they show up. Too short notice to run away. So yes. Let's see how that goes.
Okay, moving on to trending news. This is a sad one, but I just thought we'll talk about it because we talk about relationships a lot on and I know you guys like
very much
the
so. We need to. This is what makes us up as human beings. Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
And this is about a Ghanaian couple that died just after their wedding reception because they were poisoned at the reception. And it has been discovered that it was the ex-girlfriend of the groom that did the poisoning. And I think they said they had been dating for 6 years, or was it 4 or 6 years before he broke up with her and married someone else. So it's a sad incident, but I want to hear your take because why should letting go be so hard that you have to maybe she didn't even plan to, maybe she just wanted them to have the runs, or I don't even want to think of the reason why someone would do that, but should it be so hard to
I didn't hear about that one, but man,
to hold on to
it's not that
a man
deep,
that
you know?
exactly
It's not even that deep. Let go, let God, let love, let so many things. You will live again. I mean,
again, you'll be fine.
How?
It's always hard when you're going through it, but you will smile again. You'll get through. Just hang in there. Why go to so desperate? That's even more.
Do you know the amount of Yoruba songs that are going through my head now? Like when you watch a movie, Ayele.
Aye, a camera. How did they say?
His whole story is bringing out the Yoruba in me. Like,
I know, right?
Why? It's not even that deep. They got married, so what?
It's so sad, though.
So what? You find somebody else, you live again, you cry, but yeah, you eat the breakfast.
Now you've killed 2 people, you've been caught, you're going to jail, probably.
And you know the unfortunate
and then
thing
even
is that
living with what you did,
she killed more than 2 people. She killed a whole generation, the parents, people that were looking forward to things. You know, when we single out a person and we hurt them, we not only hurt them, we hurt their whole family, you know. Doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. He doesn't love you anymore. It's not that deep.
We've been saying when we talk about relationships that if it's not you can just move on. Just
okay, so I say it sounds loose when I say it's not that deep. Yes, you will be hurt. Yes, you will be in pain, but believe me when I say that this too shall pass.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I registered you. There was a time I was dating this guy. And my same sister, Dupe, that is a little bit mouthy. She knows how to drop all these things that will either make you laugh or borrow you some sense. So I think this was way before I got married. There was this guy that I really liked. And then we broke up and I used to like cry all the time. I'd be like, oh my God. My sister was in Nigeria, I was crying. When she came, I was still crying that, I can't believe we broke up. I loved him. And then my sister got to London and she was like, where is this guy safe? And I showed her the picture. And she looked at the guy and she said, "Ṣé torí bonga fish?" You know, very bad. And I burst out laughing. The way she looked at the guy, she was like, she was expecting to see some fine, cool guy.
Oh my God.
The way she just looked at him and she couldn't get over it. She was like,
She didn't expect it. Or how did they say that?
she didn't expect it at all. I was like, she was like, "She told bonga fishy."
It's funny.
And you know what?
And
It
that
was like I got a reset.
yeah.
And I looked at him
The release you
and I
needed.
burst out laughing at, he's not even that great. He does look like a bonga fish.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
know bonga fish in Nigeria? You know those ones that they,
And that shower. That's what
those ones that they left out to dry and it's curled up
shower.
and you can only use it to make a 40 roll. Not good for anything else. And she hissed and she just threw the picture away.
And that was
for
it
me,
you.
that was the freedom I needed. I saw it for what
Why
it
is
is.
this bonga fish now?
Bonga fish got married to someone else, and then I heard that I'm not laughing, but they're not together anymore.
Oh, sorry.
And that's what happens to bonga fish. They have a serial way of breaking hearts that follow them.
Okay. Anyway, bonga fish.
Bonga fish, look at me. Look at me.
Oh my God.
But I'm a child of God now. We don't judge.
We don't.
We just look. We don't judge.
Okay, bonga
But
fish.
somebody told me that bonga fish, you're on your own once again. Have you heard this song? There's this song that I was wishing that I had that song then. It's funny how you gonna be singing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Check out that song. God saved you, but this is like way more than 20 years.
God, guys,
Don't care much for bonga fish, but
we're
hey,
just having fun here. But really,
what we're trying to say is that
it
it's
shouldn't
not
be that-
that deep. Let it go.
come on.
You smile again. This is like
Destroy
2
two
kids after
families.
handsome man, lots of friends.
Oh yes.
You,
Check the
please,
chick out. Bonga
please,
fish.
please. Honestly, sometimes when these breakups happen and when God closes a door, trust me and trust God. He's
better
planned
bonga
something
fish will come.
better. No, the other one will be a bonga fish.
I just
That
got
will
to
be
say bonga fish. Shark. Oh yeah.
It's not even goldfish. Goldfish is small. God will send you a fine shark.
Yes. And where's that
Oh,
would be
fine by
this
chair.
guy, so we don't know a shark is perfect.
You're not shark in that way, as in the king of the sea, or maybe not the sea. You get me, shark?
Yes, we
The
do.
coolio of the coolest,
Yes.
the hottie, the zaddy.
So if you're going through it now, girl,
Trust me,
you'll be
God is
fine.
clearing the way, because guess what? Men dey.
Men mount,
Men
men
dey.
mount.
So don't think that one acting funny has
It's the
blocked
end of the
everything
world
for you,
for
that
you.
you are trying
No.
to.
Babe, you'll be fine.
Coolito,
Hang in
yeah.
there. And if you are like this other babe thinking of doing something drastic because someone has hurt you, this is your cue or your tip not to do it. It's not worth it. You're just
At
going
all.
to destroy your own life and
Other people's life, your
Yeah.
families, everything,
Yes.
generations that you just messed up just because of a misstep. Please, it's not that deep.
Okay, guys, what are your thoughts? As
What are your
usual,
thoughts?
Hit us in the comment section.
And for those of you that are still crying over bonga fish, find somebody to help you reset.
Why someone to say, Shetori bonga fish? Seriously, get your
my
friends
sister,
or
oh
your
God, I know what
sisters
to
or
watch.
someone to.
You need
to
to
help
have
you
friends in
through
your
it.
life that just literally
Yes.
reset you. Honestly, she's just incredible.
So
She'll
funny.
always bring sensibility, jokes, and all of that in the
Laughing
fiction.
about this bonga
Yeah.
fish. Now let's move on to the main topic of today. It's actually another serious day. Today I thought we'll discuss a topic I've titled "The Long Goodbye." It's a about dealing with loss.
Wow.
Yes. I know everyone, like everyone would have gone through grief in some way, as losing a loved one. And we all know that it's one of the most painful things you can go through. And it's part of life.
The circle of life, they
Yes,
call
it's
it.
part of life. It's something that we go through at some point in our lives. So how do you think and I thought we should discuss it because I see a lot of things online, especially when a popular person is going through grief, and then people come up with their own way of, oh, why is this, like, remember the case of Iniedo when they say, oh, why is she out already? Is she not, didn't she just bury her dad? And I remember the case of one that really got to me was when Davido lost his son, and I think shortly after, when they were pregnant with the twins, they had people say, "Oh, why so soon? Oh, why didn't?" And it's always like, Jesus, there's no one way to grieve. People do this in different ways. Can you just allow people? There's always so much on. Oh, this is she shouldn't be do. You should do this. No, they shouldn't do this. What do you think?
Grief is a very, very, like you said,
There's no
it's a
right
very
way.
personal one, because what I find strange about people losing people is how, when the person is here on earth, that person probably didn't even occupy that much space in your life in terms of maybe their attention, or maybe they didn't even know you loved them that much. That's the only area that I find hard to comprehend. And however, I could say that, but on the other hand, sometimes we don't know what we have until we lose it.
I was just gonna say that that's just.
But you know, the difficult thing for me is I've seen a lot of people that I'm close to lose loved ones. And it's almost like, with all due respect, like, I don't know how to say this, but I feel like at some point, like, okay, let's roll back a bit, because I don't want to disrespect anyone's grief. When I lost my dad,
Yeah, I just wanted to share some, if you have personal.
when I lost my dad, I knew that he was going to pass because he was ill. I had spent time with him. In fact, I made time. I moved back to Nigeria. I was helping my mom give him a bath. I saw my dad change right before my eyes. We could have a convo. We finally got to laugh. And he wasn't that serious person anymore. He was almost like my friend. So when we were going through that period where I could even have conversations around religion, because he was a Muslim and I lived the Christian lifestyle, and those things we couldn't talk about when my dad was in good health. But when he was ill and trying to get better, I was like, this is my chance for you to get to know Jesus, you know? And we were almost like having friendly conversations. But I knew that the end was near. He knew that the end was near.
Oh.
So I was kind of like expecting it. But when he died, I still had that moment where I was like, wow, wow, wow. For like 2 days, I couldn't get any word out. I was just like, wow, wow, wow. I loved my dad. I knew he was going to die. But I couldn't change my mind, and seeing him not able to be the father I knew were two different things. And then, so my memory of him is everything I disagreed with him, that now as a parent, I see his point. I see how he has played into my life. But one thing I have done deliberately is not turn it into worship of my father. Because I've seen it a lot in people where they lose someone and that person becomes like a demigod, where they're like waking up and they're like, my father, make sure this doesn't happen. Someone you do not, don't sleep, I'm going through this, fight for me. when my dad was alive, he couldn't fight for himself. We relied on God. So, however, we hold on to God, hold on to the memories of who we love. And I always try to, the moment I feel sad, I always ask myself, what would he have wanted me to do in this case? My dad was such a devout worshiper or believer in God that all that mattered to him then was just being right with God. And he wouldn't want me to worship him in any kind of way. But I even see this on social media. Someone you never posted in their lifetime,
Then they
that
die
person
and
dies,
then
and somehow there's 5 posts. Ogini, what happened?
I
I mean,
guess
how do you
like
deal
you
with it?
don't know with in my own case I've had should I say I've had to deal with I think maybe my first would have been my uncle, but I was still quite young then. I was in secondary school, but we were a very close family unit, and it really got to me. But I was still very GSS 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They took me from school. It really pained me, but that was my first experience with because he was someone I knew well. And then I lost a friend that I was very close to, Alero, rest in peace. Maybe that was SS3. And she lived in Lagos, I lived in Lorraine, but we used to, how when we go on O's, I was always with Alero, and then I just heard she passed away when we were just getting into it. But the closest I've had is I lost a pregnancy at, I think, was it 6 months? So
I'm
I
so
was
sorry to
already,
hear
yeah,
that.
I was already showing, I started shopping.
Wow.
So, so that was deep for me. And then it was one of these that you actually had to go through labor to get it out. So on my first wedding anniversary, I had that when they were still trying to get the
Don't break down.
I won't out, and it was a tough one. And I remember that what got me through, my younger sister sent that I will praise you through the storm, Casting Crown song, and I would just play it and weep. I would cry and cry and cry, but steadily I came through it. And then my mom was ill at the time so I was here in the UK with her. So my mom was ill for about 5 years.
Wow.
So it was a serious one. It was like so we in just touching on what you said, that sometimes you expect it. So we knew that at some point in fact, by the end, we knew mom was tired, and mom was tired because we had been praying. We had been praying for God to change things, and at some point we knew we had to release her with that prayer. But even then, when she passed, that was my second main experience with it. Even though it was expected, it was still shocking. It was still,
that's the thing, it still shocks you.
unexpected. It was expected. It was still very painful. And I remember I had my second child 3 days after mom passed. So yeah, and so it was. I think dealing with it was. I won't say it was easier to do. I was busy with the baby, but I was having to deal with mom's passing. But the length of her illness I think those years had even been more of a mourning period because it wasn't still, it was mom was there, but she wasn't there. So I had gone through that grief for even when she was still with
sort
us.
of like prolonged in some kind of way.
Now, when I lost my sister,
oh wow, it's a different kind of.
So grief is different with different
level.
I think with siblings, and I always say if you lose a sibling, I think it's the most painful loss you can go through because with parents, at some point that our parents will pass. Do you ever think, oh, when my sibling, you've always known them, you always think they will always be around you.
Always been a part
it's something
of
that never crosses your mind that someday they will, and then it happens. Now, when I lost I think I'm always on a weight loss, one form of weight loss journey. In 6 days when I lost my sister, I must have lost like 2 dresses, gone down 2 dress sizes.
Wow.
I couldn't eat anything for 6 days. My husband was just making smoothie. And he was doing COVID period, so we were just home. He would just bring the smoothie, drop it. Now, that hit me in a way that
I can imagine.
so grief can be so, and you know they even have stages of grief. They will say denial, anger, bargaining, and it's all true because you actually go through denial. You go because you know when they tell you and you're shouting no, 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 I'm not accepting this. You go anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance. But they always say that it's not always in the same order. Sometimes you even have the depression before the anger or before the denial. But it's all true that you go through all of these things. But there's no right way to grieve. People grieve in different ways. Some people don't, it won't even hit them till maybe months later, or you just see that, oh, they're shape.
I agree with you. I think the denial bit is how I tend to deal with death a lot. So there are two things for me. I have come to accept the mortality of my own personal mortality and the fact that along the way, you know, we lose people and we lose loved ones. But I've noticed that over the last few years where I've lost some friends, the way I've dealt with it is she's not dead. She's somewhere and she's not going to pick up her phone.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's.
No, when you said I will meet again, you're not.
So there was one of my juniors from secondary school, and she was one of like the sweetest people ever. And then out of the blues, I just hear that she passed away. I'm like, what? How? And I refuse, even up until this day, to accept that she's no longer with us. In my mind, she's just a WhatsApp away. Because if I did try to open up that bit where I accept that she's no longer here, I don't know how I would cope, because she was just so lovely. She was just so sweet. She was just, yeah. I mean, yeah.
A lot of people that go. I always say that it's just
Denial. I recognize.
Denial, yeah.
I recognize that so much.
Anger too, and depression. I went through that with my sister. With my, in fact, almost all of the. At some point, you go to depression. But how can you get through grief? Music, like I said, really helped me. Listening to uplifting music, I had a lot of good Christian songs that could, and during when my sister died too, at some point I couldn't even pray. I couldn't pray for weeks. I didn't even want to hear anything prayer, but I was playing music.
Wow.
I would just play, it would just be playing. I couldn't. So you can't dictate how someone, so stop with the why she, people deal with it in different ways. There's no right way to grieve. So let's please show some grace, extend some grace to people when you come, especially when they're celebrities, and say, oh, why is she? People just deal with these things in different ways. Oh, yeah.
And the other thing for me is I think just generally when people lose people, not everybody wants people around them.
Yes.
But our culture doesn't teach us that. Our culture says, run and go and give them a hug, go and surround them, don't leave them alone. Some people just, I mean, like I said, when my dad died, I was just like in my wow moment, like wow, 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 wow. I was like, you could, a record on repeat. And I didn't necessarily want people in that wow space then.
Yeah, you wanted to deal with it.
But I also understood that our culture meant that
people
will come around. So I had to almost quickly get over the wows and try to just accommodate people, because I knew that the people that left their space to come to me really meant well. And it's difficult.
It is.
So when you see online and people are like, allow us, you know, I totally get it. When people put messages like, give us space. Some people just prefer, you know, to just do it on their own. But when people send those kind of messages, personally, I don't know how to come back from that because a while back,
When do you know
yeah.
when to?
When do you know when to reach out? If they
Yes.
say like,
And then some can now say, oh, you didn't
you didn't
even.
even reach out. So it's always quite a difficult space. Yeah, I think I've got something in my eye.
So,
Or maybe it's this topic that is making my eyes water.
yeah, it's quite but
Rest in
yeah.
peace, Dad. But you know the funny thing is, funny not so funny is when my dad was alive, I just used to think that, man, this man and his issues. And then when he died, he made so much sense. So now I'm starting to try to celebrate people when they're alive more than when they pass away.
Very important.
And
Let people know how you feel about
and
them
I'm very
while they're
intentional
still
now.
here.
When I love people, I want them to be on my status while they're alive. I don't want to be keeping pictures for someone's rest in peace. You know?
We are very similar in that. You see, we are very active
Social,
stories,
yeah.
and I'm the only one in my family. My sisters are very reserved, and my brother, you never. But I'm the one because I love to celebrate people. I would over celebrate you because that's what let people know how you feel
I
about
know, right?
them.
Because
When they're
sometimes
still
when
here.
they die, they will never see how much you love them.
Yes.
I don't think they would.
So
And
every
I don't think there's
chance.
Instagram in heaven. And I think this kind of like goes to some subjects I see on social media where they'll be like, dear God, da 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 da. And I'm not sure if that's, I love God, but, and I love people that we love, but dear God, I don't know. Go and pray. Go and sit with the Father. Go and
Oh, okay, like sharing prayers
except you're
on.
sharing prayers or that's your work and you're writing letters deeper than deep, someone that is no longer here.
Yeah, because I found that as that helped me too with even with my mom, my sister, I would write on my blog that their
Why
decade
does it help
after,
to share it with people that you don't necessarily know?
because I want to share.
Why does it not work better if it was like maybe a private journal or something?
No,
Why
I
is it
want to
better to
share a
share?
part of them that people never knew.
It's different when you're
She was
storytelling.
here. Yeah, it's like
It's different. So
storytelling.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying is that no, I'm not talking about the storytelling bits where you're
yes,
like, she was this, she was that.
yeah,
We're all curious about people.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I think it's the direct conversation with the person
But
and you're
it's a
having
style
it
of
on
writing.
social. I
it's
feel
it's it's a it's like
I don't
I'm
know.
writing you on the anniversary of your and remembering things that we did together. It's just
But
like,
the person is not on Instagram
yes,
anymore.
but I just want the people to know that how
At what
fabulous
point do you think it gets
my.
to almost worship of someone that is no longer here? When every time some people can't stop talking about this person, some people just stay there. Is it just that person trying to deal with the
It's just
grief?
them dealing with it.
Wow.
It's just them. I remember there was a lady who lost her son a few years ago. She was always posting putting things in the news dailies in the newspaper in Nigeria about him. But it was just, and every time I saw it, I would be burdened, like, oh my goodness, what this woman is going through.
May we never
But
experience that kind
yeah,
of pain.
amen.
May we never
So it was just
understand it.
her way to deal with it.
We never understand it. But by God's grace, I pray that whoever is going through grief at the moment, that you find peace, that you find joy, that you do whatever it takes to help you get through this period. Even if, my take or Abby's take is different from yours, my take in life is just do you. Do
Yes.
what works for
Like we said,
you.
there's no right way
And there's no right way, there's no
grieve.
wrong way.
Do it the
May
way you
God
need
help
to do
you
it.
get through
And
this
you
difficult
need God
period.
to, most of
Yeah,
it. It's hard. It's always hard when you lose
it's
a
always
loved
hard.
one, but you'll be fine. And yeah, keep the memory. You know, that's why I love pictures. So in my family, when they need pictures for anything, even parents
Abi
of
is
them,
the source.
they call me, Vivo, can we have, do you have this person's childhood? Is it not your daughter? You know, but I would have them because I always take pictures. And so when these things happen, you have these memories and to keep
You
them
like what
alive.
my
So
hair, my
that's why I say
eyes.
people never die because we carry them. We carry them with us. We carry their memory.
And to be fair, one of the things that I have come to terms with, aside my mortality, is that the circle of life continues. I remember when my dad died, it seemed like everything stopped, and I watched the whole world carry on, like nothing had happened.
This point, when my sister passed away, that thing almost, because it's like, don't you guys understand
Realize that
that
something epic has
yes.
just
And so
happened.
I would always post something like, I was always posting our pictures with music, like, okay, if you guys don't realize someone important to me, just because people just move on, and that's unfortunately
People
that's
just like, oh
life.
wow, I'm sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
but
And they'll say prayer and they're like, yeah, what's
and
on
the
9 o'clock
next
on
thing, yeah,
TV?
they're posting some, and you're like, oh
You
my
know?
God, seriously?
And you know what? There was an Instagram what's it called, designer that recently lost a partner. And I think a lot of people were like, why are you back on Instagram? And there's an expectation that that person was supposed to be away forever. And yeah, it's really unfortunate how we put all these
Pressure
expectations
and
on one
expectation, and
another.
yeah.
And yeah,
It's like we always say here, extend grace. Leave people, let
absolutely
people.
extend grace.
Life is hard
And
enough
some
as
people
it
might even
is.
just be posting just to even get their mind,
That
you
happened
know.
to me, so I can
Yeah.
I understand. I was I was always posting when I lost my sister. I was always posting pictures, and because it helped me, and the writing too. Some I would put on my book, some I would just write and read, and my sister had pictures, lots of pictures and videos, and I would watch. Sometimes I would laugh, and
On
sometimes,
her phone?
sorry,
On her phone or what?
on that she she would always send to us, and so I would just watch the videos and laugh. Sometimes I would watch and cry. So it's always different how you till now. Sometimes we would remember her and cry. Sometimes we would laugh. You always talk about
I
them,
think
like we can't have
it's
a
just a
family conversation, and
beautiful memories that
Deki
you
would have
made.
said this.
Yeah.
If Deki were, Deki will not take this. So that's why I said it's like they never really die, because you carry them, you carry the memories, you carry the you have all of what you had together to remember them and celebrate them. So
Wow.
yeah.
May God protect us. May God guide us. May God extend our life and make it enjoyable. And may we also remember to celebrate one another, create beautiful memories, and so that we have more things to be joyous and joyful about, that when we lose people, we have good memories of them to hold on to, rather than, I wish I'd done things different. I wish I'd spent more time together.
So
That
love
kind of
more,
thing.
forgive
Love more,
more.
yeah.
Life is short. And remember,
Never.
celebrate me while I'm living. What's that clever song? Celebrate me when I'm living. No, it's
Yes,
not like
so
when someone dies, you now go and carry
you don't
canopy
even know how
and
to scream munching.
wear
Hey, if you've
ashwabi.
never posted me before, my enemy,
Don't even talk about that place.
hey, and you post me,
Celebrate your
hunting, oh.
friends, celebrate your family, and
Celebrate friends, celebrate people that celebrate you.
show
And
love.
this is the new thing for me, the people that celebrate me, I'm pouring back into them. I'm
Of
giving,
course,
the
yeah.
people that take time out to say hello, I'm giving them more airtime,
And then even what I do now that I enjoy doing is even random strangers, I see someone and the person is beautiful, I just tell them, Oh,
Oh
you're
yeah, yeah, I
so
do that a lot. So I
beautiful.
think it winds up a
And
lot of
it
people
could,
that I'm with
you
that.
never know what they
That's a
will do.
stranger.
Yeah.
Why are you telling a stranger they look nice?
I do it
Because they look
because
nice.
they look
And
nice.
it would change, it could literally change the
Honestly.
trajectory of their day.
Yes.
Mm.
So talk to strangers if you feel you like something on
That's
them.
on the stream. Talk
then-
to strangers.
Yes. I love your top. Oh, you look beautiful. Oh, you look that's
Yeah.
just enjoy life. Enjoy life. Be
About
kind.
Yeah, we're not taking nothing
Be
anywhere.
graceful.
Just invest positivity in people.
Pour
And the thing
into
that really
people.
trips me as well is when people say that it doesn't matter what people say, I know who I am. Da, da, da. Yeah, it doesn't matter what people say, but it does matter what people say, especially when they're building you up or breaking you down. We were created out of words. We're all just sand that God spoke into and gave us life. So when you see that someone is dented, the clay that makes that person back is also, given life with words. So when you speak life into someone,
even plants, they say you should
Yeah.
talk to plants, not to talk about humans.
yeah. So let's just normalize being nice to one another. And this
Positive
just
words,
reminds me of
encouraging words.
my favorite Bible verse, which is 1 John 4:7 and 8. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and anyone that loves is born of God and knows God.
He
He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. Amazing. That one I've loved forever. If you just make that, basis. And I love the
Yeah.
fact that you know it.
Oh yes, I love love. So and I love
Yeah.
that one that's love is of God. Oh,
And
that's
then,
the
do
one.
you ever
Love, no, not the one they use at weddings. I can't remember it.
did you ever listen to Salty growing up? The Talking Bible.
Of course.
So you know that song, Beloved, let us love one another, love one another. For love is of God, and anyone that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God. He that loveth not, knoweth not God, for God is love. Hey, no wonder we get on. My goodness, I thought I was the only one that used to listen to Salty. Oh my God, Salty, where are you?
Where are
For those of
you?
you that don't know Salty, there was this character.
Bible.
He was
blue,
like
right?
I don't even remember, maybe blue, but it was a talking Bible. And he used to sing and burst into all these songs. My goodness, incredible.
Yeah.
I thought I was anyone that
we
used to
did
like.
Salty.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for us.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's the other one I was trying to is love is gentle, love is
Love is
kind,
kind.
love is full of joy. And I think they use it a lot at weddings, and I just love it.
Yeah.
So let's show love everywhere we go.
And then, when people pass away, because honestly, nobody's going to escape that. We're all going to.
We forget that this world is not
I know
our
when,
home.
yeah, when people die, you're like,
it's not our home.
It's just turn by turn. The only thing we're asking God is that He makes our days long and
Yes.
beautiful. But as Yoruba will say, Nígbà onimaku oniku, as in when we don't die, not die. In raw terms. But that's not how you translate it. But that's how basically when you translate it word for word, which kind of like goes to say that no matter how you wish something away, it eventually happens. We're all eventually going to leave this earth. And I think what matters is our legacy, what we leave behind. And let's not be too morbid tonight, but yeah. I just want to say that if you're going through a difficult time now, we see you, we love you, we're sending you tons of love. We pray that you heal. We pray that your memories of your loved ones stays with you and you're able to get through this period. We hope you seek out help if you feel like you need it. There's so much help out there. Please ask a friend. And we do not trivialize loss in any way, and we don't bring it down to posts, because life, love is deeper and bigger than that. And we hope you find ways to heal from this.
And please, people, just be gentle, be kind, and stop hounding people on how they should grieve or not.
And maybe also communicate to people.
Yes.
People are calling you too much. Just say, right now, I want to be left alone. I was not able to
Say that.
yeah, but I also appreciated
The
the love
that
that surrounded me, and I remember clearly the people that came, because whilst at that time, and this is a tricky thing, at the time I thought I needed space, but when I look back now, I see these people as my people, like the people that turned up for me, you know. And I always remember them, and I always say that the year my father died,
these were the people
that showed up for me. So it's almost like, what's that word? Contradictory. You don't want people there, but you want people there. You want people, you don't want it. So, yeah.
Okay.
And that's okay.
It's okay
as well. Everything is okay.
Yeah.
But yes. Thank
I
you.
think that's it for us from us today.
Do you feel like we need to leave on a happier note? What can we?
Let's sing a nice song.
Like,
I don't know. It's so solemn. It's so serious.
We've been too serious these days. What is happening to us? Are we getting
because
old?
we're getting a bit too naughty, and we just okay. Let's deal with the more serious part of life, because everything is important. Every aspect of it's not always happy. So we just want to.
Oh, okay. I know what. So my husband has been away for a while.
Okay.
And then one of my friends called, and she said that when hubby comes back, you ain't that's good, and I'm like,
goes back. Goes back. Hey, in the kitchen, in the garden, in the.
I'll be taking lessons from Abby. I'll let you know how the comeback from bad girl Abby.
I don't know anything.
Because Lara called me and Lara was like, Bonnie, I need to have a word with you. Let's talk.
Okay.
When your hubby comes back, you gotta show it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, Lara, you don't know back. But I know somebody that can help. Abby, let's go talk in private.
Guys,
we got some learning to do. Love you guys. See you next week. I'm gonna take some basketball lessons from Abby. Thanks for joining us.
Remember, be kind.
Be kind.
We love you.
Love.
Remember the follows, the comments. We appreciate them. Keep them coming.
And please keep following us on Tubi, Spotty, Instagram, and our digital lovers. We love you so much. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for filling us and pouring back into us. We love you.
Thank you, guys.
Are you loving our fashion this week? Did we do well? So where? On your own.
No. Thank you, guys.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.